Welcome. I'm Dr. Lynn Friedman. I treat patients in psychoanalysis and psychodynamic therapy. For many years, I've served as a clinical psychologist and a training and supervising analyst in Washington, D.C. I supervise and train psychoanalysts and psychodynamic psychotherapists, both locally and nationally. Also, I'm on the faculty at Johns Hopkins University, and I teach psychiatrists in the medical school at Georgetown University. Thank you for joining me for my video series. Today we're going to talk about how psychoanalysis can be helpful to someone struggling with issues of intimacy. Here's an example of how it can be useful to a heterosexual man with difficulties with intimacy. A man enters a new heterosexual relationship and begins to fall in love. He and his partner agree to be monogamous. But then he finds himself desperately drawn to other women. It feels as if he doesn't have any other option than to pursue them. He begins to resent having agreed to monogamy. He doesn't like having all of his eggs in one basket. Uneasy about relying on his girlfriend, he finds himself feeling deep and abiding resentment. But he has no idea from what well the resentment springs. He's fearful of commitment. He hasn't yet recognized that his wish to see other women is a frantic attempt to avoid the anxious and panicky feelings that a sense of commitment engenders in him. He's not entirely aware that he's terrified that if he relies on his girlfriend, then she may dump him. Still worse, if he remains committed, he may feel trapped. While his fear of being trapped may be intense, he hasn't yet come to appreciate that at an unconscious level, he's afraid to trust anyone. Similarly, he may be unaware of the childhood antecedents that led to this fear. What causes these kinds of difficulties? Each person is unique. However, here's a possibility. Perhaps his early caretakers were unreliable. Maybe they were sick or unavailable. Or maybe they had difficulty with drugs or alcohol. Or maybe they were so bound up in themselves they could not think clearly about and respond sensitively to his needs. That is, maybe they lacked the ability to recognize and be tuned into his emotional needs. If this was the case, at a level outside of his awareness, he may have felt like he couldn't rely on his parents or his primary caretakers, yet he needed them. As a small child, perhaps he attempted to avoid counting on others. Now, as an adult, he may encounter others who are reliable, but he neither knows how to assess who is reliable nor how to trust anyone. So intimacy feels unsafe and dangerous. His fear of being trapped is so great that he begins to surreptitiously date other women. When his lover learns this, she rejects him. He feels bereft and abandoned. Those who know him well recognize that he's caught in a bind. If he's committed and monogamous, he feels trapped. If he dates others in order to alleviate the frightening feelings of being engulfed or controlled, he loses the woman for whom he cares. To learn more about how psychoanalysis may help a person with these struggles, go to the next video. Thank you for listening today. In addition to treating psychiatrists, psychologists, psychoanalysts, and psychoanalysts in training, and others, I greatly enjoy working with people from a wide array of professions and backgrounds. Beyond clinical work, I provide consultation and supervision to clinicians at all stages of their professional odyssey. Also, reflecting the vibrant fabric of Washington, D.C.'s cosmopolitan and international community, I see people from all over the U.S. and from all over the world, representing many races and creeds. I value this uniqueness and recognize the important role that culture plays. If I can be helpful, feel free to reach out.